Good day, sir. My name is Nushaira binti Sharin with ID number 1122700851. The latest technology for wavelength division multiplexing optical communication system, which is plastic optical fiber technologies. In introduction part, nowadays research focus on the high-speed telecommunications and data communication network with increasing demand for accessing. During the last decade of new multimedia service fulfill requirements for data transmission speed more than 40 gigabit per second by 2020. In this introduction part, polymer optical fiber known as POF technology, known as medium for short reach distance. Scenarios such as LAN local area network in home and office networks, automotive or other data center connection. Its potential capacity for communication needs a greater exploitation to meet user requirements for higher data rates. In this optical fiber network deployment scenario, due to the fact POF, or known as polymer optical fiber, have higher dimensions, larger numerical aperture, and larger critical curvature radius. Moreover, it is more flexible and ductile, making it easier to handle. To summarize, POF have multiple applications in sensor system at low or competitive cost compared to the well-established conventional technologies. Next is design of reconfigurable optical multiplexers. For implementing optical multiplexers, very interesting when based on liquid crystal as known as LC. Liquid crystal are organic compounds that have properties intermediate between liquid and crystalline solids. The liquid crystal do not have mobile part, need low excitation voltage, and have a low power consumption. They have an isotropic characteristic such as dielectric constant or the reflective index like solid. Simultaneously, they are fluids. Actually, liquid crystal mainly divided into two types, which is ferroelectric liquid crystal and pneumatic liquid crystal. Next, optical multiplexer based on polymer dispersed liquid crystal. For my left side, the figure shows structure of polymer dispersed liquid crystal cell. PDLC is composed by micro droplets with liquid crystal molecules dispersed in a polymer matrix. Liquid crystal molecules have electrical and optical birefringence, which mean that the molecules have different dielectric constant and refractive index depending on the molecule exists. This mixture is sandwiched between glasses and covered with a transparent conductor. In this way, an electric field can be applied to the mixture, allowing the reorientation of the liquid crystal molecules that are inside the microdroplets tank to the molecule birefringence. Next, the principle of operation PDLC. At resting state, there is no voltage applied to the transparent conductors, which known as electrodes. Next, the liquid crystal molecules inside the droplets do not have a predominant orientation, and the light that passes through the mixture find different refractive index. Therefore, it is highly scattered into different directions. If enough voltage is applied between the transparent conductors, an electric field is created inside the mixture, and then the liquid crystal molecules are forced to follow the induced electric field. In this case, the mixture have a homogeneous refractive index, and the light that passes through the mixture is not refracted and maintains the same propagation direction. Thus, there is a gradual transition in the liquid crystal molecules reorientation. Thus, if the voltage applied is not high enough, the molecules are not fully oriented, but the light that passes through the mixture is less scattered. Next, from my left side, show the structure of the reconfigurable optical multiplexer based on PDLC, which is known as polymer dispersed liquid crystal. This reconfigurable optical multiplexer to use the PDLC cell with several pixels as the active element. It also placed in front of each pixel of the PDLC cells. Next, the lenses placed in front of each input port are required. Then lastly, the light from each input port passes through one pixel of the PDLC cell, and finally the lens placed at the output focus the light into the output fiber. By using this structure, when no voltage is applied to the PDLC pixel, the light that comes from the input port is scattered in the PDLC cell. Therefore, it is not focused in the output port. On the contrary, when enough voltage is applied to the PDLC cell, the light can pass through the PDLC cell, being focused on the output port. In addition, variable attenuation can be achieved by applying intermediate voltage. Each pixel can be addressed independently from the adjacent one, so each input port can be switched on or off without affecting the others. Next, optical multiplexers based on twisted nematic liquid crystal. From my left side, the figure shows the structure of twisted nematic liquid crystal cell. These twisted nematic liquid crystal cells sandwiched between two glasses covered with a transparent conductor which is known as electrode. The glasses have an additional rub alignment film. Liquid crystal molecules in one glass is perpendicular to the molecular orientation in the other glass. So right now, this is the principle of operation for TNLC. If no voltage is applied to the liquid crystal, the polarization of the light that passes through the TNLC cell is ideally rotated 90 degrees. When enough voltage is applied between the transparent conductor of each glass, an electric field is generated inside the cell, and the molecules are reoriented to be perpendicular to the glasses. In this scenario, the polarization of the incident light remains when passes through the LC, which is known as liquid crystal. The polarization of the light that traverses the TNLC cell can be controlled. Thus, by placing the TNLC cell between polarizers, the transmission of the incident light can be modified by means of the voltage applied to the cell. A polarizer placed before the TNLC cell allows passing only one polarization of the incident light. In this way, a polarized light beam enters in the TNLC cell. The TNLC controls its polarization stage depending on the voltage applied to the cell. Finally, the polarizer placed after the TNLC filters or not the light that comes out from the TNLC cell. According to the TNLC operation, there are two ways of implementing the device for controlling the light transmission, which is the first one is putting the TNLC cell between cross polarizers or putting it between parallel polarizers. In the first case, the light that passes through the device when there is no voltage applied to the TNLC while lights is stopped when enough voltage applied to the liquid crystal cell. On the contrary, the input light is blocked by the device when no voltage is applied to the TNLC cell, and the light passes through the device when enough voltage is applied to the TNLC cell. The procedure described has been mainly used in display application, but it can also be used for optical multiplexing as well as optical switching. Next, in conclusion, it also can encourage the development of WDM, which is known as wavelength division multiplexing, polymer optical fiber networks, and low insertion loss POF based WDM devices, opening up the path for feature in home system at very high bit rates. However, further improvement on multiplexing and demultiplexing manufacturing would make WDM POF system as a feature-proof and feasible solution for in-home or building networks to attend end users' high-speed demands. Thank you.